All right, everybody, welcome back. Totally Driven Radio. Wow, what a night. What a
For that
night.
marathon of commercials.
Okay, cut out a commercial. I cut my own commercial out. How about that? It's being considerate to our guest.
How about that?
How
Yeah,
about
she's been waiting a long time for us.
I know, right? I feel bad. Let's welcome her right on the. Let's get her on the Totally Driven Radio. Josey, welcome to Totally Driven Radio. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I bet you have no idea what glow is because you were not even born yet.
Yeah, I was slightly confused, but hey, I'll go research it here in a little bit.
You're gonna have to Google glow now when you're done.
Definitely have to.
Well, everybody, this is Josey Milner, country singer extraordinaire. This girl is awesome. She, as I've told our past country guests over the last few weeks, I'm not a country fan until the last few weeks because you guys keep impressing me. Michael Stover keeps sending me talent, and I keep getting impressed. So I'm bringing more talent to people. Josey Milner, Google her, listen to her, YouTuber. She's out there. She's awesome. Listen to her. Hey, Josey.
Well, I am a country fan. I listen to both kinds, country and Western. And all afternoon I've been listening to the YouTube videos and the music, and I'm a huge fan as well.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate that.
Absolutely.
Well,
one of the things I really, really liked was Not Pretty Enough with the anti-bullying messages. The video you made?
Yes. Not Pretty Enough with the strong message that it has behind the song as is. It was obviously the perfect song to pair with Antibullying. And so, I'll be able to put out that video with the song, and the pictures in the video are actually pictures that fans sent in of them, like you saw, holding up pictures and signs saying, I am good enough and whatnot. And so I'm definitely very happy to be able to put that video out there. It's only been out for a week and a half, 2 weeks at the most, and I already have about 6,000 views. So I think it's pretty awesome for me. I'm pretty proud of that.
That is awesome. I mean, you're a big you're a spokesperson for a bullying campaign. It's called Angels and Doves. Like, you're real involved in this whole campaign. Were you a victim of bullying?
I have not actually had any personal major experience with bullying. I've been very fortunate to not have to deal with that. But I am a junior in high school, so that's something I do see every day. So it's kind of something I became very passionate about because it's just such a huge international problem that needs to be dealt with, and people don't really know how to deal with it. And so, I want to take a stand and kind of, show people, say, hey, this isn't right, and kind of tell them what to do and how to handle situations. So I have joined with Angels and Doves, and with them, I'll be going around talking to schools about bullying and raising awareness for it. And, just try to put into it because it's something that needs to be dealt with as soon as possible.
That's, it's so impressive because it's rare to see people come out and talk about it, let alone, how old are you?
I am 17. I turned 18 in August.
Yeah, that's incredible. You have to really be proud of yourself, and really, people really need to take notice of this and start joining together and acting more mature,
really.
like you are. It's scary. Your parents should be proud too. When a 17-year-old can realize the right and wrong from this and want to make a difference, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, my parents, I like to think they're proud of me. I hope they are. And, they're the ones who taught me to, to stand up for what you want and stand up what you know is right. And so I kind of have them to thank for me to have such a strong stance against this, I guess you could say. So
you're actually probably the right person to make that stand, though, because people can relate to you who are in the situation. Being in high school, it's a really hard situation for a lot of kids with the bullying, and the fact that you're strong enough and brave enough to stand up to it, it should be a big inspiration to a lot of kids out there.
Yeah, and that's what I'm hoping to do, considering I am only 17. I can connect to kids pretty much of all ages, and then as well to connect with adults, say, who dealt with bullying in high school, or even have children who are going through it right now. So I feel like I'm definitely the very perfect age to be able to talk to anyone about this. And so it's definitely an amazing opportunity that I'm having to be able to take a stand against it and to be doing what I'm doing.
Being that you're in high school, do a lot of people, a lot of your peers, how do they treat you, being that you are involved in the music business? I mean, there's got to be some jealousy or something going on there from the attention you get.
I mean, of course, there's always going to be them people who are like, hey, that's not fair kind of thing. And jealousy, yeah, but, I look past it. This is what I love to do, and if anyone has anything they love to do, that they need to go out and do it and make them happy. And this makes me happy, makes me beyond happy, should I say. But my friends at school, they, at first, they kind of teased me about my music and joked around about it and didn't take it seriously. And, of course, that really put a damper on me, because that really hurt me, of course, because it was something that was so important to me. But, now that things are going really well for me and people are actually starting to realize that this is what I'm going to do, this is what I want to do, and that stuff is turning out really well for me, they're actually kind of turning around and realizing, hey, she might be able to do this. Maybe we should talk nice to her to remember us or something. But, it's really nice. I have a couple of friends who ask me about my music every day, and to be able to have people ask me about it, and it's definitely very humbling, I guess you could say. So they're turning around. I'm getting there.
The one thing that impressed me too, like I saw one of your Facebook updates one day. It said most kids are preparing for the weekend parties or whatever they're going to be doing, and you're preparing with your band to go play shows. It was yes. It was just like last year. I actually had a show on our prom. So I wasn't able to prom last year because I had a show, but it's okay. It's my music. It's what my career is going to be for. So if I have to miss a dance here or there, I have to miss going and hanging out with friends, they understand and they know that I'm actually out doing something worthwhile, and I'm not just out, just kind of blowing them off, I guess you could say. Now, you got to be probably the most popular kid in school, right? I don't know. I mean, I have a few close friends, and then others I can tolerate, I guess you could say. That's kind of really mean for me to say, but for me to be in the music industry and to, kind of pretty much hang out with adults almost every day, and then go to the high school and deal with the boys there and all the girls who cause drama, I just kind of stand in the background. It's kind of mind my own business. I get through high school. Now, something that really stood out, which it's kind of scary when you think about it, when I thought about it at least, was you started when you were younger in the rodeo business. Yes. I did rodeo for 8 years before I got into the music. I actually started doing rodeo whenever I was 7. My daddy got me into rodeo. He did rodeo growing up, and whenever I was born and he first saw me, he said, those are barrel racing legs. And so, yeah, I did rodeo for 8 years, and then eventually the rodeo turned into me singing the national anthem at the rodeos. How did, now, it was just, you wanted to sing? They know you could sing, or you just do it? Singing is always something that I've always loved doing, and growing up, outside of rodeo, I would take the chance if I could to sing the national anthem here or there, or even do lip syncs, because we have a lip sync every year here at the local fair that we have. And so, I always love performing and being in front of people, but it's kind of rodeo that took my interest there for a while. But then I actually had the opportunity, it was about 2.5 years ago now, to go sing at the National Steel Guitar Convention in St. Louis, Missouri. And it was there that I really got my first experience to sing on stage in front of professionals. And I was only 14 at the time, so for me to that could be my first thing. I was definitely intimidated, but whenever I was done, I was having people coming up to me and actually telling me about the talent I had and asked me if I ever thought about it seriously. And like I mentioned, I've been doing rodeo for 8 years, so I had it. And so like that kind of flipped the switch in my head, and I came to realize, hey, maybe singing is something I should think about. And so whenever I talked to my parents about it, they thought it was a great idea, and so I got a band together, and I started playing out with them, and started doing my recording sessions and getting my songs out, and that's where I'm at today. So. Wow, that's just like two different ends of the spectrum. It's kind of funny how you made the two come together and make your choice. Yeah, I've done a lot of things growing up. Whenever I was little, I did rodeo pageants, and I also played t-ball when I was younger, and I did basketball, cheerleading, dance, and, I've done a little bit of everything, but I think I found my real passion, the real thing that I love. Well, how about we share that passion with everybody and play your new single? And this is your anti-bullying single as well. It's called Not Pretty Enough. So let's show everybody how truly talented you are. And everybody needs to go to Josey Milner's website, joseymilner.com, and they can check this out. And they go on iTunes and get the single. And we're also going to be giving away 2 copies of your CD single. So people need to go on Twitter and tweet, I heard Josey Milner on Totally Driven Radio, hashtag Totally Driven Radio. Okay, so go do it now. And here's her single, Not Pretty Enough.
Am I not pretty enough? Is my heart too broken? Do I cry too much? Am I too outspoken? Don't it make you laugh? Should I try it harder? Why do you see right through me?
And that was Josey Milner, Not Pretty Enough. Remember, tweet out to win a copy of her CD single, Not Pretty Enough. Tweet out, I heard Josey Milner on Totally Radio. Hashtag Totally. What a song. You've got to be proud of yourself.
Yes, I'm definitely very proud of that song and, you know, what that song's standing for and how that song turned out. Oh, my gosh. That song was originally an Australian artist. She originally did a song for a horror movie, and so, you know, it's completely different from the original, and so for people to love my version of it, definitely, it's very awesome.
And you had some, like, big-name engineers that worked with people like Hall & Oates and Elton John work with you on that song. I mean, that's got to be a scary process.
That was very scary, especially for me to walk in and to never really have met him before. I mean, I've heard great things about him, of course, but for me to walk in and be like, wow, you guys have worked with some legends, and here I am coming in. But yes, definitely, what they did with that song was extraordinary, and my producer, Micah, is actually the one who played the guitar work on that song as well. So, you know, I just was able to work with some amazing people with that song.
Yeah, and like you said about the message, it's a really, really great message, and something that I think hits home for a lot. I have a young daughter, Bay, you have daughters. It's the kind of thing that they deal with a lot of time, body image and, you know, self-confidence. It's a big issue with young girls.
Yes, definitely. And actually, within this past week, the other day, actually, I had a radio DJ contact me and tell me about a horrible tragedy that some of his friends went through. I guess their son actually committed suicide last weekend, and they're pretty sure it's because of bullying. And so if you know something to hit so close to home, and for them to not realize it until that point in time that something it's this serious and needs to be taken care of, you know, that's definitely, I think, put a pep in their step, I guess you could say. Wow, and people are really starting to open their eyes and realize that this is a huge problem and it needs to be dealt with.
Absolutely.
I couldn't have said it better myself. All right, so I got to ask you this. Since you are only 17 years old and, you know, a lot of the craze of this whole country is reality TV, have you ever thought, like, American Idol, trying to go that route to get noticed more or take it to the next step or something like that?
I have thought about it. I've actually, at one point in time, I was going to audition for American Idol, but then whenever I got the contract for it, it pretty much stated that I would have to give up my band and everything that I worked for just to be a contestant. And, so, you know, that's kind of a 1 in a million chance right there, and so I didn't feel like I needed to give up everything I worked so hard for just to try to take that chance. And, you know, things are going so well for me right now. There's really no doubt in my mind that I won't make it. And I keep telling myself I don't need TV to get where I want to be. So, I like I said, I have no doubt in my mind that I can't make it to where I want to go with this.
I love your attitude. I love
it.
There you go. Well, you have our support. We are behind you.
Oh, well, thank you.
But there's no going back to the rodeo, though, right?
Yeah, you know, I every once in a while, if I get the chance, I'll go out ride my horse, or, you know, maybe if I'm free one weekend, which that's not very likely, but if I'm free, you know, I might be able to go out and, you know, say ride in the arena one last time, or one more time, I guess you could say. So, who knows? Maybe someday. Maybe it'll be another Reba McEntire and go from rodeoing to singing afterwards as well.
There you go. Rodeo, TV shows, singing, do it all. Take over the world.
Yes.
Josey, thank you so much for calling in. Everybody, check out Josey's website, joseymilner.com. She is also on Facebook. Look her up. She's on Twitter as well. That was her new CD single, Not Pretty Enough. What a beautiful message with the whole, she is totally against the whole bullying thing. She's a part of a campaign called Angels and Doves. She is a future star. Check her out, Josey Milner. Again, joseymilner.com. Josey, thank you so much. And I'm sorry we put you off for that half hour for the Glow Girl, Roxy Astor.
It's not a big deal. I'm going to throw in one last thing. Josey, Josey, just to let you all know. A lot of people get that wrong. It's different. So I just wanted to throw that one in there real quick.
Anything else you want to plug? Any shows coming up?
I'll be busy this whole weekend. Tomorrow night, I'm actually singing the national anthem at a hockey game. And then Saturday night, I have a show here in Lawrence, Kansas at the Granada. And then Sunday, I have an acoustic set at one of my favorite places to play out by Belton, Missouri. So I'm very busy this weekend.
Wow. Good for you. Good for you. Get out there. Spread the word of yourself and let everybody know that you're out there.
Definitely will.
There you go. Josey, thank you again. Keep in touch. Let us know any big things happen. Give us a call.
Of course. And thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.